everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Noob Readers. My name is Kiran, and in this video, I will be talking to Angie from Bookaholic Brown Nymph, and we are going to discuss the Wheel of Time first episode. And first of all, thank you so much, Angie, for joining me for this video. And
No problem.
yeah, and please go ahead and tell the audience about yourself, about your channel, where we can find you.
First of all, I want to thank Kiran for inviting me for this collaboration. For me, also, this is kind of very new. I have done only one previous collaboration that is also coincidentally for Wheel of Time with a couple of other Wheel of Time fans, and that was discussing about the book. And I do
Okay,
have a booktube channel which is Bookaholic Brown Name, and I hope Kiran will provide the link
of
so that you
course.
can check me out there. And just like in Kiran's channel, I also talk about books. I have a huge love and obsession about books. In my channel, I talk about books, all kind of genre. And so if you're interested, please check it out. And thanks again, Kiran, for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Angie, for coming. And I'll link the channel in the description down below. Please go and subscribe to her as well. So, okay, so the episode. So now, Angie, what were your thoughts about the first episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And how would you rate it on the scale of 1 to 10?
So I have, again, like I'm looking into this from two perspectives. Okay, one is from the perspective of the book reader. So I have read a couple of books, book one and two, and planning to read book three next month. So from that perspective, I think because there has been a lot of stuff like plots and some character changes, etc. I think that kind of bothered me initially, and then I halfway through the episode I realized that okay, the makers are going for some changes, so I have to make my peace with that. So once that was out of the way, then I thought that okay, this is good, this is great start. And of course, when we progress through the other two episodes, we realize that it's getting better. So I think for a pilot show, I think it is a great start. And I would rate, if you ask me for rating, I would say seven, 7 out of 10.
Cool. I absolutely agree with you. I actually thought the same thing where because I've read the first three books, so I was, kind of looking for the changes and, kind of,
Mm.
watching it through that critical eye. But I think that when I rewatched the episode, I kind of watched it as someone who hasn't like read the book so that I can kind of
Mhm.
understand why some scenes were like added. So I think that as a new viewer, if you'll go and watch the episode, then it can look like a lot of info dumping in the first episode, but I guess that's what
Yes.
you need to do because it's a pilot episode.
Hmm.
You can't get around this thing, right? You need to introduce everything. So yeah, I consider myself a very new fan to this series because it's such
Same
a
here.
long
Yeah.
series. So I think
Mhm.
that I genuinely enjoyed this. There's only one thing that I personally did not like, and that was whatever that happened with Perrin and his backstory. And if I guess that if they kind of justify whatever that they did in
Mhm.
future, then I would be okay with it, I guess. But yes, I think apart
Right.
from that, I was pretty okay, and I will rate it 7 as well. I think I really enjoyed it. Okay, so let's go through the scenes that we liked and talk about them. So, do you have anything to say about our Moraine's introduction and her mission and all?
Yes, I do. So I think this scene, if you take as it is, it's epic.
Yeah,
Like I really
yeah.
loved their introduction as such, Uh, but I
Hmm.
do not like that this is a scene that they chose for cold opening. This feels like an info dump, uh,
Yeah,
kind of to initiate the non-book readers into the plot, into the story, to give them a background. But this
yeah,
they could have done easily, via the screenplay when the story is unfolding. Some other method. This was on your face. It felt very like spoon feeding, right? So that's what I
yeah.
felt. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think that why they decided to do this is because of Rosamund Pike. I think because she is an amazing actress, and because
Oh, of
Moraine
course.
is like the most important character, I guess. I just love this dialogue. I don't know why. And the way she said it, that it's meant for women. And when you touch it, you make it filthy. Like, I mean, if you think about it, then the men are not doing anything, right? It's the source that's filthy. But the way she's saying it, that as if it's
Mm.
the men's fault that what they're doing is kind of making it filthy. So I don't know whether they want us to think in that way or not.
Is it, no, is it that way in the books? I don't know. I have read only two books. I don't know. But what I
Yeah,
understand is they pull it from the same source. But when men do it, it becomes filthy, right? She's
yeah.
right, I think.
No, basically
No?
it's Saidin and Sardar. So the male half
Oh,
is
yeah.
filthy. So the male half source is
Oh,
filthy
okay. Right,
or
right, right. I
tainted.
understand now.
Tainted is the
Yeah,
word that they
it's
use.
tainted.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
tainted. So men are kind of channeling the male half. So they're not doing anything from
Mm.
their own side, right? It's the source that's
Mm.
tainted or filthy.
But it very rightly reflects what Red Aja stand for, their arrogance, their hatred for the male Aes Sedai.
Yeah,
And the actress that is cast for Leandrin's role here, she is amazing. She fits it perfectly, that role,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
she correctly is she just gives out that vibe that you want to run away from
Yeah.
her, right? So
She's
that's perfect, I think.
scary. She's scary.
Yes.
I mean, just look at her. She looks so
Yep.
scary. And I mean,
Mhm.
her entire body language, she's just so good. I mean, she nailed it.
Mm.
She nailed
Mm.
her
She nailed it.
job. Yeah, I mean, she nailed it.
Right.
Okay, so this particular scene, Angie, is it what I think it is? Is it what I think it is? Are they skyscrapers?
Oh my God. Until you told me that this is skyscrapers, I didn't realize it at all. And oh my God, I was so excited. I think single handedly for right now, this is my favorite shot in the entire episode, I think. Just because they give this away, right? It's right there on your face, but unless you're looking for it, you don't see it. And
Yeah.
I I really like this fact that they put that in here. I mean, you can clearly see all those floors of the building.
I mean, I read the first three books, but I did not catch that this is something that's happening in like a post-apocalyptic world or something. I didn't catch that, but this literally shows that it is something that's happening
Mm.
way into the future, whereas I was thinking it's happening way into the past. So I guess that in the earlier books, it's not that obvious. Maybe if we'll read
Mm-hmm.
further, it will get more obvious. Okay, so the women's circle ceremony, what do you have to say about that?
I think it's a nice addition because this is not there in the books, at least in not in this detail. So it is good so that you understand the position of women in that society there, and also when she falls down, right? When she falls down the river, and she is, it's
Thrown
kind of
in the river.
very symbolic. Yeah, thrown in the river. It's just like symbolic. You're
Yeah.
thrown into the world to face the world, and then once you are through it, once you know how to navigate it, then everything calms down and then you go with the flow. I think that whole symbolism was really a good addition to the story, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you put it in such a way that I didn't think of it in that manner. Like, to be honest, thank you so much for putting it in that way because I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because I actually thought of it in a way of like channeling because to actually
Mm,
channel the one power, you need to kind of give yourself to the power.
mm,
So you can see that earlier she was struggling, and when she just starts to embrace it, she
mhm.
just accept the river and trust the river because that's what Nynaeve
Yeah.
said to her, that you need to trust
Yes.
the river, and then she's kind of able to do it. So I think I really like that.
Ah, the two rivers
Yeah,
and the village. Yeah.
yeah. So do you have any thoughts about the set design and all?
I really like the way the village is designed. That's fine. But I felt this the way the scene is shot. I felt it was very deliberate. It didn't feel organic. Like it felt like they were asked to walk like this. They were asked to do like this. I don't know. I felt like it felt like very set up kind of a
Hmm.
scene. But the set design in itself wonderful, especially in the night. The night shots are so beautiful,
Yeah.
especially Wine Spring Inn.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I think I loved the river, the two rivers, and all the set design. Everything kind of looks good, and I also like their costumes. I think they also look really great. So yeah. Okay, so this is our introduction to the trio, Matt, Perrin, and Rand, and how they're having a great time in Wine Spring Inn. So
Mhm.
okay, so in terms of first impressions, what do you think about them?
Matt Perrin and Rand also, right?
Yeah.
Rand, of course, he is cute, he's beautiful. I think I'm going to call him not beautiful, not handsome, because he's too cute. And
Yeah.
of course, the red hair, which is relevant later on. So that's good. And I think out of the trio, I think I my favorite is Matt, and it is so sad that he's being recast. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a little bit sad because I think he's done a good job acting. I don't know why they made that decision of recasting him. What's his name? Bonnie Harris,
Barney Harris.
right?
Yeah. Barney.
Yeah, he did a great job. I liked it. And Perrin also very well suited for the role. I think his acting throughout the all the three episodes, you know, was good. So I think uh, the trio well casted.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, I really find Perrin and Matt in the books to be interesting, but I didn't find Rand that interesting in the book, at least in the book one, because he
Hmm.
was really bland. Like I didn't like him. So, but I have to
Yeah,
say that the actor is doing a great job, and I absolutely loved him. I think he's really good looking and really cute, and the
yes.
way he's acting, he's literally making me fall in love with him. So maybe moving forward, I will start
Uh-huh.
liking Rand. Okay, so they are kind of making Matt poor, and Perrin is already married. So we'll talk about Perrin later on. So what do you think about the thing where do you think that this change of making Matt poor, how is it going to affect, or do you think it's a positive or a negative change?
Matt is shown as like he's from the dysfunctional family where the father is kind of like this philandering man, and then this his mother is an alcoholic because she's affected by his father's ways. So that kind of justifies how he becomes what he becomes, why he is stealing stuff, why he is doing gambling, because he wants to make money the easy way, so that he can provide for his sisters, who are you know, living in a toxic environment, so he wants to take care of them. He knows that he's the only one for them, so that's fine. I think that was a good addition. That was a good backstory that they did, because in the books I don't think we know much about him. And I thought he is from I don't know about a rich person or rich family, but I think it was never mentioned as if he is in want for money, right?
Yeah,
Nothing like
yeah,
that. It's just that he has an addiction to gambling and kind of ladies man. Right? So these are the
yeah,
things I remember about Matt. When I think about Matt, that's what I recall. And yeah, so I
yeah.
think this was good. This part was good.
Okay, what do I think about it when I think about
Mhm.
the Matt in the book in The Eye of the World? Okay, so I think of him as a very naive trickster and a goofy person. But when you look at this Matt, he is also very goofy in a way, but he's also very
Mhm.
sarcastic. I think he had this
Yeah.
kind of a negativity in him, and I think that makes him very interesting to me personally. I
Mhm.
like him, and I think the actor is really good. and he's actually the way he's acting is actually making me more interested in the character, and I kind of like that. And but
Mhm.
I didn't like the way that he's so poor that he has to kind of steal. I don't like that, but I guess that's important to show whatever that's going to come in the future. So I think
Yes,
that
yes.
can show
Mm.
his motivations. So yeah, I think
Mm.
yeah, they're doing a good job over here. I think I'm happy with this change.
Before I start with what I think about Moraine's entry, let me just say upfront, I'm a huge, huge fan of Lan from the book itself. I think
Okay.
in my previous discussion with the other booktubers, I was talking to them and I was telling them that in book one, I didn't particularly feel so much of like empathy or love towards any of the main characters, but I was so enamored by Lan, and the casting is so on point. I just love David Henney's portrayal of Lan, and I'm in love with him. Like he's my new crush. I just love him. So, and Moraine's entry is good. It is grand, all that. However, again, I feel that it was over dramatic, um, and over the top, right? Because in the books, especially, her entry into Wine Spring Inn, or again Emmons Field in general, is kind of sly and subtle. They just know that there is this new woman, a strange woman who is, come into the village, but they don't know who she is, and the our posse of four of them discussing basically what's happening, right? That's all we know in the book. But here in the first go itself, she is, brandishing her ring and declaring to the world that she's Aes Sedai, and so that was kind of
Yeah.
on the face. But
Yeah.
again, I think it is for the benefit of the non-book readers, maybe, or they want to push the story fast, because they have to get through so much of content in just one season, and if they have to cover
Yeah.
two books, that's a lot.
Okay, so I totally agree that they were really low key in the books, but here they're just making it very clear we are Aes Sedai. And I really like
Right.
that in the books, everyone will just referring to Moraine as this lady who is from like a very wealthy background, and something like that. And everyone was, all the boys looked at her and she has this ageless face, so they all found her very attractive. So I think they,
Attractive,
yeah, so they did. And but here they just tried to cut all of that.
that they're rushing through a story. They're not giving us time to absorb things and dwell in it.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's a huge ass book, and it's a huge ass series. So I think that
Mm.
it's going to feel like that for like a lot of different scenes. Okay, so Perrin and Perrin's wife, and oh, okay, so the idea of Perrin being married. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel good at all. I mean, I don't see the point why they have done this. If they justify it going forward satisfactorily, then I'm ready to accept it. If there is some motive for this, but if they have randomly thrown this in, it doesn't make sense at all, because this is not there in the book at all. And also, um, I feel that I don't feel this is a happy marriage. Like,
Yeah, totally.
right?
Yeah,
They are, or maybe they're upset about something. I don't know. Something is bothering them, and that is not revealed. Um, so I just don't understand. Why didn't she go? He asks her, why didn't she go to the women's ceremony, the Egwene ceremony, and why
exactly.
didn't she do that? That's not revealed. And he comes and hugs her from behind and then touches her tummy. So is she pregnant? So there are a lot of questions that came into my mind when I was watching this scene. Overall, um, there is something that is bothering both of them. We don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
And
totally.
yeah,
Y-
either it is bad directing or they are purposefully just preparing us for something that's going to happen. Yeah, to
Yeah,
justify
yeah,
this. I don't know.
yeah. I'm really scared because Perrin is like my favorite character among the three boys because I love Perrin. And Perrin in the books is just, he's so good. He's so kind. He's so gentle with everyone. He always thinks about what he has to say and he doesn't want to hurt anyone. And
Mhm.
here it feels like Perrin is not a good husband. And the thought makes me angry. I don't want to believe this. I don't want to believe that he can do that to his wife because she's
Mm.
unhappy. She's clearly unhappy. There is something going on over here.
Right.
We don't know what it
Mm.
is. There's a theory floating around that she's a dark friend. What do you think about that?
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end, I mean, she gets killed. So
Yeah, yeah. Well,
what's
okay.
the
So
point?
let's talk about this at that time. Okay, so if they have introduced the whole wife thing just to make him very emotionally unstable, then and and have this kind of feeling that he doesn't want to hurt anyone even accidentally, then I can understand why
Mm.
they're doing this. But I mean,
Mm.
it's just so many negative emotions. I don't know how Perrin is going to overcome all these emotions and trauma. That's what I'm really,
Yeah.
concerned about.
Trauma, that's a word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trauma. I mean, he is going to have a severe PTSD after this, and I don't know how he's going to cope up with everything that's going to happen in the future. So let's
Mm.
hope
Mm.
that they are going to do something about it, and
Yeah.
let's hope that they'll not make him a bad character because that's going to hurt me personally.
No, that's not going to happen because these three have to be there till the end and people have to like them, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, he says I love you, and she says I know. That's a biggest signal that something is going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Egwene and Rand's relationship. Like in the books, they didn't even kiss, and here a
Yeah.
lot of intimacy is there. So, what do you think about their relationship?
So in the books, I think they're not 20. I think in the show, they age them up, right?
Mm-hmm,
So it's okay. At 20, you are definitely going to have relationship. You're going to have
mm-hmm,
praise. You're going to have all kind of things. And obviously, there should be physical relationship. That is definitely
mm-hmm.
going to sex. So I think they made it real because when you're aging them up, then accordingly, you have to change the behavior as well, right? So
Exactly.
that's fine. But it was a welcome surprise for me because then the bond was bigger between them, and then the at least what I felt as a reader, what happens later on with them, with Egwene's
It's gonna
path,
hit hard. It's gonna hit hard
it's gonna hit
now.
hard.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
that's why I really liked it. I personally really liked how they kind of made it like in the books, it was more or less an arranged marriage kind of a system because they were like promised. So they will get married.
Promised.
Yeah. So, but here you can feel it's more of a love marriage kind of a thing. They are in a relationship and you
Mm.
just feel it. So as we are going through the episode, you are feeling that bond. You're feeling that relationship. So I think I love
Yeah.
this change and I really appreciate it because now we are more invested in their relationship. And I love Rand here as well because of how much he's in love with her. Like literally,
Yes.
he is mad for her, like literally. I
Yes.
didn't feel that in the books. I mean, in the books,
Mm.
he was saying that he loves her so much, but it didn't feel that real to me. But here, it feels real.
Yes. It's done well. The
Yeah,
love angle. Yeah.
the actors are amazing, and they really
Yes.
have chemistry. Okay, this scene. Oh my god, I need to talk about this. Okay, yeah.
Oh, this is a favorite scene. I get to see Lance bum.
So we know that
Look
the
at him.
bond.
He's so handsome he is. I can't just get over the fact.
I mean, the way he's saying it could be warmer and the way he's looking at her,
Wow.
oh my God. I
He's
mean,
smirking. Wow.
yeah, exactly. And they are saying, and we know this, that the bond between an Aes Sedai and her warder is platonic. It's platonic. It's not
It's platonic.
sexual. It's not
Mm-hmm.
sexual. I mean, looking at this scene, like, okay, you guys can take a bath together, but
Mm.
if you do it in like such a small kind of, bathtub, and,
Mm-hmm.
look at each other in this way, and you're practically naked, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel some sexual tension between them. I don't know. What do you think? It doesn't look very
Uh,
platonic to me. That's my opinion.
no, no, I felt the other way around. I think they wanted to show the makers wanted to show that they are very intimate, they are very
Hmm.
free with each other, but at the same time, it's platonic. That means they're not having sex, they're not sexually attracted to each other. That's what I'm feeling. And they're like kind of friendly, and he's kind of teasing her, saying that, hey, make it warmer, like how friends talk, but in a
I
bathtub
mean,
naked.
yeah, I think that this is going to send some strange signals to the new viewers. I feel that
New
way.
viewers. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yay.
this guy, okay, Fadan Fain, what do you think?
I th- I think the casting for this is, oh my god, so on point. But in the book, I think he is described as the skinny, pale fellow.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm happy that they went with this change, with his race and all that, because he is a perfect fit. He did it so well, especially when he makes that creepy wide mouth smile. You
yeah.
feel, oh, this is Pardon Fame. You can feel that, okay, this is the guy perfect for the role.
So this is the official breakup scene, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's really sad, and I genuinely
Yeah.
feel sad for Rand here. I think I really appreciate that he understands her decision
Mm,
and respects
mm.
it.
It's definitely causing heartache for both, but we are sympathizing with Rand more. Is it because we are women
Yeah,
and we feel,
I
sad for
maybe,
him? Or
maybe.
we didn't even speak about, oh, poor Egwene. No, this poor Rand.
I think I think that I think I can totally understand, and I think you also can, and we can understand where Egwene is kind of coming from, because she's so
Mm.
ambitious. She wants
Yes,
things, and she does
yes,
just doesn't want to let go of all those things just to be with him, and it's a big
mm,
deal for her. So I totally
yeah,
understand her opinion, and I know that she loves him. We can definitely see that on her face. She loves him
says,
too, but it's just that she wants more from life, and she definitely
yeah,
can, because it's her life at the end of the
yes.
day. Okay, so
Oh,
Nynaeve and Moraine's discussion, where they completely change the backstory of Nynaeve and they make her an outsider. And yeah, so how do you feel about that?
so the backstory that they added in,
Hmm.
I think there is a purpose behind this. The purpose is that later on when they meet Dana in the Green Spring, when these two guys, who is it, Matt and Rand goes, she says
Hmm.
that she sees 5 of them in her dreams. So that's definitely including Nynaeve. So I think that's why they added this backstory, so that Moraine then knows that, okay, she also is from an uncertain birth. We don't know who her, we don't know much about her parentage, like, who,
Hmm.
where she's coming from. And again, now it's a very interesting scene because Nynaeve is thinking, she is questioning her for something, or, to
Hmm.
demean her, to put her down or something, that she's too young and she's not able to be a wisdom, or she cannot do the job of the wisdom, so, like that. But on the other
Yeah,
hand, Moraine is trying to, get information from her about her age. Of like, oh yeah, so you are what, 25 or 26, and then
yeah,
Nynaeve is offended, saying that that doesn't make me, a bad wisdom or something. So that
yeah,
was nice. That juxtaposition of intentions between the two of them. So that was good.
yeah,
I think it's a great scene, and also we can clearly see how much Nynaeve despises Aes Sedai, and
yeah.
that story that she gives, that she's the person who adopted her, right? The previous
The
wisdom
earlier wisdom,
was
yeah,
turned, yeah, she was turned away from the White Tower when she wanted to become one of them, and
Yeah.
that's the reason she despises all of them. Yeah, so good scene with a purpose, and this backstory makes sense to me.
But I have to
Mm.
say that when I saw the scene earlier, like I was not happy, but I
Mhm.
rewatched it and kind of thought about it more. So now I think that she has a motivation why she hates the Aes Sedai. She has the perfect motivation, and it also kind of justifies why people think that she's too young because she is technically
Mhm.
from somewhere else. I mean, just think about it.
Mhm.
If you are in a village where you are considered an outsider, and then you become the wisdom, which is basically the highest post. So people are not going to take you seriously, which
Mm.
I think is a motivation why she's kind of
Defensive.
really insecure about her position. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that justifies it. So yeah, it's a good backstory, and I appreciate it.
Mm.
Now I think after thinking about it more, I appreciate the scene more. So this is the scene where they show the listening to the wind, and they actually kind of listen to these ominous sounds. Any thoughts on this?
And here Nynaeve is kind of training Egwene how to maybe use it, to feel the
Yeah,
wind, like they
yeah,
say,
and
right? Sense
when
it.
I was watching it, I was like, Egwene can already do it. What are you going to teach her? I mean, she's just
Yeah.
there, and she's already able to sense it. So you can say that Egwene is going to be very powerful because of how good
Mhm.
she is and how good of a
She
channeler
is.
she is going to be. Okay, so this particular scene where we see the sheep slaughtered in the
Hmm.
shape of the dragon's fang. We already saw this in the trailer, and I think that it's a very nice thing to add for the book fans because the book fans are only going to be the ones who can catch this because the
Yeah.
new viewers would obviously not catch it. For them, it will
Mm.
just be a slaughter in like a weird shape. Yeah,
This something is very similar to what happened in Game of Thrones. I don't know. Have you watched Game of Thrones?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I do.
right, that shape around the tree that these murdered
Yeah,
bodies are laid out,
yeah.
something like that, very similar to that. And I don't know the exact purpose behind this scene, but maybe this might be kind of foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Moraine is kind of looking at the three boys, and she knows that it's one of them. So she knows, but she doesn't know who it is. But I think if you look at the episode with your keen eyes, you can definitely tell. I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, it's kind of
yeah.
obvious. Like if you have read the first book, it's very obvious over there. I mean, it's not that
Yes,
obvious.
I mean in the books, no, in the books, I think it is not kept a secret who is going to be the
Yeah,
Dragon Reborn. But I think in the show they wanted to make it more suspenseful and then reveal it.
yeah,
So that's good. Okay, fine. Let them also have their own time. So I don't want to spoil it for non-book readers who it is
yeah.
going to be. But it's fun to be part of this suspense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think most of the people are going to guess it
guess
correctly.
it.
I think
Yes.
it's not that of a secret.
The Wheel of Time fandom, right? They are
Yeah,
very good. They are
yeah,
very considerate. They don't give you spoilers. They will give you right advice and guidance. They do tell you that books 7 to 10 is a slog. You should be careful. You should have
yeah,
patience to get through that. So they will guide you. They will answer your questions, but they are very careful of not giving out spoilers. And it's exactly the opposite in Google, because the moment you put anything on Google, the first sentence that you read might be a spoiler. Trivia here that
yeah,
Amazon Prime, when you're watching it on Amazon Prime, if you click on the X-ray feature, you can
yeah,
actually see some nice trivia that they have put in. They have put in a lot of hard
yeah,
work in giving you all the information that you need,
yeah,
all these small
totally.
clips that they release. Yep. So go through that. And also there is this
Animated movie.
animation. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Breaking of the
Those
World
are
clip.
also good to understand, right?
Yeah,
So they will be releasing one by one. There are many, I think, going to come. So as and when it is released, it's a good practice to watch it so that you understand the plot and the world and the story better. So
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
Amazon is giving you all the supporting material.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally see the character names in the left hand side and all their information. So yeah, it's
Mm.
very helpful. Yeah,
Yeah, here, generally, when you're seeing, you can see the diversity in this world, right? In small village
yeah,
itself, you have Karan Fain, who is black, and then you have others, from Asian background, then you have all these, and that's something that is very evident in the books itself, because when Robert Jordan wrote it, also he took inspiration from all kind of cultures around the world, and he put it
yeah,
into his story. So this is something you can see from the beginning of the first episode itself. You can see this is a diverse world. There are all kind of people, living together. It's not a small place. You're seeing the entire world. It's vast. So I
yeah,
like that they show the vastness of the plot here.
yeah.
Just a side note.
Yeah, and everyone looks so happy. And like you can
Mhm.
feel that everyone is kind of there, they're together. It's not like different
Mm.
fractions and then everyone is just doing their own thing. No, the entire village is kind of together. And
Yes.
yeah, that's a great thing.
Coming to Trollocs. Oh my God. I heard that um, the the makeup, what is called that, prosthetics that they put on
Yeah,
were so good, it seems, that they decided to cut down on CGI, and they
yeah,
used the leftover CGI budget for something else. So that's how good the prosthetic is
yeah,
being done. So, and you can
yeah,
see that, very well done.
yeah. They look amazing. I think I love the look of Trollocs and did you get this feeling that they were trying to catch them alive and they were not actually trying to kill them? Did you get this feeling?
I think they were okay to kill all the others, but except for these five,
Yeah,
and maybe that's why
yeah.
they dragged her.
It's a controversial scene. I don't think I like that.
No,
Yeah,
I think it's because even the dark one or the fates don't know which one of them is a dragon reborn, so they cannot take the chance with any of the five of them. So yeah, that makes sense that they're not trying to kill them, but they're catching them.
yeah,
But initially I was thinking, hey, why did he drag her away? He could have easily killed her,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He could have
That
killed
thought came
her.
into my mind.
We see Tam using the Heron Mark blade for the first time.
Like,
Any
and
thoughts on this
Rand,
scene?
yeah, Rand is like taken aback by his sword skills. Like, where did my sheep herder father learn to fight like
Yeah,
this, right?
yeah, yeah. He was shocked. He was like, "Oh my God, what is going on here?" Yeah,
Right. So that's also an interesting tidbit. Like, I mean, obviously that's there in the books as well, because he's like
yeah,
really, surprised seeing Tam fight like that. So that was good. Yes, this was a good scene.
yeah. This was a good. Yeah,
Okay.
and I thought that they were going to introduce Narg. I think they did introduce him, but he didn't talk here. So I was
He didn't
actually
talk.
looking forward to that. I was looking forward to
Yeah.
him talking, but it didn't happen. So I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Moraine's channeling and this particular scene. Okay, what do you have to
Uh,
say about this? Yeah,
you know what? I have so much to say. I mean, first of all, the stunt choreography
loved
is
it, loved
done
it.
so well.
Yeah,
Whoever did it, oh my God, they are so in sync with each other as they are supposed
exactly.
to be. The water
Yeah,
and the Aes Sedai, they are, linked together, so they know or anticipate. The water can kind of anticipate what
what the Aes
she's going
Sedai
to
is
do
going
next.
to do. Yeah,
Do next. So that was very well done. This whole choreography. I don't know what it should be, but maybe it could have been better. The weaves itself, the white
okay.
weaves that coming out of her whatever power. I love the lightning scene. That was good as well, right? And that scene where they're standing there and once they're done, the inn collapses. That was a
Yeah,
phenomenal scene as well.
yeah,
Like, hey, we
yeah,
saved you, but your village is kind of destroyed.
yeah. And that's what I was thinking
Right.
at that time. I think that I think the channeling is shown very beautifully. I think you can definitely feel her,
Okay.
getting the fire flows and the air and then the earth using all those stones. And the way she was kind of,
Stones.
we see all that weaving, the way that she's kind of weaving all the flows together. And then she's using the one power.
Mm.
And I think I really like that. And you can definitely, this is something that you can definitely see in the episode. You can actually see her doing this. And I really like the way she's kind of using more and more of her power, how she's glowing up. Do you see that? She's literally
Yeah.
glowing with
She's
it
going.
as if, and she's, because we know that using the power is just like a drug in a way, because they cannot
Mm.
stop. They cannot stop
Mm.
using it.
Mm.
And but
Mm.
if they overuse it, it's going to kill them. I mean, literally, the majority of the damage that happened came from Maureen herself. So yeah, she
Yes.
technically destroyed everything.
That's good. So I think this was a good scene where we also got to see Lance's badassery.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
and the way they were just so in sync, and like when she kind of gets down and he splashes, and then and
Right.
she's channeling and he is down. I really love that. I think it kind of shows that bond. Yeah, it's done amazingly. The choreography
Yep.
is amazing. Yeah.
And you know what? That scene where the villager women they had
Yeah.
surrounded this one Trolloc and killing them, and that's when and now that I'm looking back, just suddenly came into my mind that when Moraine tells the story of Two Rivers past,
Yeah,
Manetheren,
Manatran.
right? How stubborn they are. They are fighters. And that is that's so rightly reflected in these
Reflected.
people fighting because
Yeah.
initially when I watched, I was like, I felt it very corny and cheesy that okay, they're showing them all like fighters, but then now it makes sense because they are fighters because for 13 days they fought and
Yeah, we are going to
what do you
have
call
that
that, kept managed to
weep
keep the
weep for Minithring's speech. I don't think it's here.
peace.
I think it's in another episode.
I think it makes sense for Two Rivers citizens,
Blood, old
the
blood runs
villagers.
deep.
Yeah, all blood runs deep. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a reflection, the fighting spirit in them.
Okay. So
Oh God.
so do you see that hammer and the way she's kind of putting it like this? She's holding it like this, as if she was about to kill Perrin. Do you see it now? Do you see why people are calling her a duck friend?
Yes. Now that you say, because he's already killed the Trolloc. So
Exactly,
yeah, that's
exactly. Perrin has these instincts. That's how I thought. That he actually kind of sensed that something was about to hit him. And he thought that it was a Trolloc, but it was her.
oh my God. If this is true, this is going to be huge.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
oh God. But they killed her off, so I don't know what's the point. So yeah, but yes, it now that you tell me, yes, why is she holding the hammer? Because Perrin had
I
already
already
handled
killed.
the Trolloc.
Yeah, there are no
Yeah,
Trollocs left. Yeah, so
yeah.
who was she
Okay.
going to kill?
Wow, I didn't think about this. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for that, Kiran.
Yeah, obviously it's
uh,
not a confirmed theory, it's just a theory. Like everyone is just theorizing.
yeah.
And I think this kind of makes sense to me. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this scene, I just loved it. I loved how Lan kind of, comes running to protect her because she's
Oh, and to protect
exhausted.
her.
Yeah, because she's
Yes.
exhausted. Yeah, I loved it. Loved this scene. Okay, so Maureen is kind of telling them that it's you and you're the reason why the Trollocs came, and now we need to go.
So we skipped the part with Paran Fain. So in the
Oh,
night,
where
Paran
was
Fain
it
walks
exactly?
away. No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, we can just talk about it where
yeah.
Paran Fain walks away, right?
Yeah, he
Uh,
looks at the camera and then he gives his evil ass smile and then he goes away. So we know
yeah.
that he knows
So
about
that's
this.
yes, oh, and he's not bothered about it, and then he's not going to get attacked. And clearly, it's a sign that he is a dark friend, right?
Yeah.
But I hated this reveal so early because for me in book two, when it was revealed that Parun Fain
Shocked.
is the dark, yeah. He's, I was so shocked, and it was such a nice reveal for me. I was like, when I was reading the book, I was like, no, I was so shocked, and I
Yeah.
wanted that feeling, in the show as well. But that was just that opportunity was wasted, just
Yeah,
simply.
I totally
They could
agree.
have done better with that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was not subtle, I think. Yeah, I mean, they
yeah,
could have made it more subtle, but they decided to, make him grin at the camera, which was literally not subtle at all. They just wanted to know that he's not a good guy. They wanted to convey that, I guess. But in the
yeah,
books, it was
yeah.
more of a shock, and here it was for the audience to know that, yeah, he's a dark friend. So we get that entire Wheel of Time sentence that all the book starts with. The first chapter, we get there are neither
Yes.
beginnings nor endings, and
No ending.
yeah, the whole wheel of time turns and ages come and pass. The entire thing, they do it at the end. I think they could have done that in the beginning as well, but
Beginning. Yes.
yeah, 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 they could have started it that way as well. But I mean, I don't know. But I guess it was a good ending. And I think that if you have seen the first episode, this ending and the entire episode will actually make you want more. And I think that if
Yeah.
you have seen the first episode, you will go and watch the second and third episode. I feel that way.
You're already invested. You're already
Yeah,
invested in the story now. You want to know
yeah,
what's going to happen to them, whether they will escape
yeah,
the Soloks, where
yeah.
are they going, and all of that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, if you loved our discussion, please give this video a huge ass thumbs up and please go to Angie's channel and share your love and please subscribe to her as well and let's do another discussion, Angie, on your channel. So would you be interested in that?
Yes, of course. Of
Okay.
course, I will be. And also, guys, please comment in this comment section. Let us know, what you think. If you have some
Yeah.
theories that we have missed, yeah, let
Yeah,
us know, and let us know who is your favorite characters.
exactly. And please comment it down below your thoughts, your crazy theories. What do you agree to what we said or not? Or do you want us to talk? Do you want us to have more such discussions or not? Please comment it down below. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining and watching the video till the end. So please subscribe to my channel and Angie's channel as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.